Hey guys, Prince of Mastodon here. Gonna show you a Medieval 2 Total War battle. It's a 1 versus 1, 15k florins, early period, and I'll be commanding the Sicilians, and my opponent, Erik the Red-Husker, or whatever, or EriktheRedHusker, will be commanding the Byzantines. So it's kind of a reverse faction matchup of my last Medieval 2 battle, where I was the Byzantines. So, you know, I thought since I was going to do a replay commentary, I was going to fight in the jungle, make it more picturesque. Unfortunately, when you fight in the jungle, it's so hard to fight in. I forgot how hard it was to fight on this map. I fought on this years ago, but I thought the close-ups would have been great. I still think the close-ups will be great, but it really stopped us from using any kind of expert maneuvering. It was basically just a matter of us moving our troops into combat and just letting them do their thing. There was very little maneuvering here. There was, you know, there's lots of moving, but not, you know, well thought out maneuvering. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun battle. I'm commanding these guys. Now the rules were max 8 cav, no artillery, no elephants. In my army, I went for my infantry corps, dismounted Norman knights. I think I have like 4 or 5 of them. The rest of my infantry is composed of armored sergeants. Now, I didn't really have much of a choice in terms of infantry, except for these dismounted Norman knights, but in Medieval 2, if you buy too much of one unit, then they cost even more money. So that's why I bolstered my ranks with armored sergeants, who really aren't that great, because the Byzantines will be fielding, you know, dismounted lancers and also Varangian Guard. And despite the two-handed glitch of the Varangian Guard, they're actually still pretty damn effective. Anyways, the rest of my force, I have peasant archers. These guys? I have 4 of those, I believe. My cav, I have, I think, half Norman knights, these guys, and the other half are going to be these mailed knights. And then my general is on a general's bodyguard. If I can find him, he is out here somewhere, I promise he is. I just can't find him, this map is weird. Just know that he's in a general's bodyguard unit here. Actually, I'm going to zoom in on the minimap so it's easier to follow. There we go. Here he is. Here's my general's bodyguard. Now, yeah, we both complained about this map, and I'm the one who picked the map, and I was complaining too. I'm like, man, I can't see damn anything. Alright, so the battle's about to start here. My opponent put his, well, let's see what his army composition is. I know he had a lot of cataphracts. Yeah, tons of cataphracts. Here's his generals, also a general's bodyguard, fighting on the right wing, a la Alexander the Great style. But yeah, tons of cataphracts. There's some over here. The cataphractoi. Yeah, they're spread out all over here. He also has, for his infantry force, he has dismounted Byzantine lancers and also the Varangian Guard, who I believe are fighting on the right flank over here. Yeah, here they are. And for his archers, who are already firing at me, are the Trebizond archers. So he's already fired at me, and I am trying to move up here. Move up my army. My strategy here was to just close the distance and just get my troops into combat and hope that the fighting quality of my men would carry the day. Now, you can see I'm being shot by his archers, so I pulled back my cav because I was getting hit. You know, my cav was getting hit by his archers, so I pulled them back to the rear of my army. And I didn't care if my armored sergeants or my knights were getting hammered on foot. That's fine. So here, I'm moving all my guys back to the rear. And here, because of the vision, my opponent got this attack going on my right flank, unsupported though. It's this one cataphract unit going up against my mailed knights over there. So now, I'm going to close the distance here. I want to just get my infantry into combat with his before I get shot to death, because I know my archers aren't as good as his. But I have moved up my peasant archers, and we are now exchanging a missile fire. But now, the big thing here is to get my infantry into combat. I do not want to get hammered by his archers. So, closing the distance here. Gonna clash with these dismounted Byzantine lancers. I wasn't really impressed by these dismounted lancers when I use them. So I knew my dismounted Norman knights would do pretty well, which they are. As for these Varangian Guard and the other wing over here, they're gonna be quite a bugger. They're over here. There they are. And again, reason why I brought so many armored sergeants was because I can't buy too many dismounted Norman knights. It just wouldn't work that way. Now back here, he got his cataphracts into some of my archers here. I got my cav up here. He has a cataphract, I think 1 or 2 cataphracts back over here behind my lines. or at least parallel to my rear. So now I'm gonna start launching my cav into his troops. Now here's the problem. I couldn't see what was going on. So as I'm moving my cataphracts, I believe some of his sorry, not my cataphracts, my mailed knights. As I start moving my mailed knights, they get intercepted by his cataphracts. So here I am losing cataphracts really fast because my guys aren't even targeting them. So I'm losing tons of guys on this left side. Over here, my opponent's gonna move his cataphracts in. He's gonna close in on my rear. And I got these Norman Knights roaming the back here. And I'm gonna charge into his cataphracts over here. But unfortunately, I think these guys will do some damage before I intercept them. He's gonna charge into the backs of my dismounted Norman Knights, it looks like. So here come my mailed Knights. And General's bodyguard coming in to charge his cataphracts back here. And yeah, I know it's hard to see, but I thought this would have been a great battlefield for a close-up replay commentary. So let's get you what's happening on the main infantry line here. Lots of casualties, lots of death. As expected, my armored sergeants aren't doing so well, but I needed to fill those ranks with cheaper infantry. It was just too expensive buying more dismounted Norman Knights. Now since my guys are losing, they were winning until these cataphracts came into play. And these Varangian Guard, despite all the crap they get for their two-handed glitch, they are still a damn good unit. They're hacking down my units pretty well. And yeah, as I said, you know, there really wasn't much room for great maneuvering. It was just basically a matter of getting our troops into combat. And whenever I saw a unit that stopped routing, I would get them right into combat immediately. See this unit of mailed knights? They got intercepted earlier by his cataphracts. I wasn't even aware of it. So yeah, once they stop routing, I just want to get them right back into combat here. You can see it took me quite a while, but yeah, now I got them moving. Gonna countercharge these cataphracts. Well, it wasn't really countercharged. They kind of counter-walked into them.
Only half our force remains.
There I got the bad news. I lose my general shortly after the message. I think my general's on this side. He's somewhere over here. If you can't follow, look at the minimap. I got a lot of units breaking over here, though. That's where I lost my general to a Varangian Guard. Not pretty.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
Half of the men. So definitely, you know, doing well against these dismounted Byzantine Lancers. These guys aren't in combat right now. It's a reserve unit. So yeah, right down the middle. You know, actually, I tore through a lot of his holes. I tore some holes in his middle here. Not many, because he still has all these units just chilling here. So I'm just gonna rush into them. I thought I did a really good job keeping my units active. There's hardly a second where my guys were just standing around doing nothing. I got them right into combat immediately. Yeah. But yeah, definitely odd to have, you know, the Byzantines and the Sicilians meeting in North America, or, you know, in the Western Hemisphere here. I guess Central America, and them getting in a jungle fight with each other. It's just beyond bizarre. This is not an ideal battlefield for warfare, but you know that's why I chose it too, because in battle a lot sometimes, you know, the conditions aren't very good for combat. Yet you have to fight with what you're dealt with. So I thought that would have been a great, just a great way to see how we deal with the terrain. Now, even though I picked it, I wasn't really ready for this. Look at this. Hold on. For this. So these archers are pretty much untouched. I am wreaking some havoc over here with my Norman Knights, but we got bogged down by these cataphracts here. Still trying to break through them. So I was doing a little bit better over here with my cataphracts. But look at this dominance he's established on the center left of the battlefield. These Varangian Guard are free. They're gonna run back towards the middle here with some cataphract help. Charging the backs of my dismounted Norman Knights here. Luckily I managed to break that unit before the knights got there, or the general's bodyguard. Man, I keep switching the name. Sorry. I am the Sicilians. I'm using mailed and Norman knights. He is the Byzantines, and he's using cataphracts. Sorry about the confusion there. So finally, doing some damage to these archers here. They've been firing non-stop at me. So what do we got here? We got some units breaking. Oh, those are just routed units from the Byzantines. So you can see he's established some serious dominance in the kill percentage here. 82% and 78%. Actually, that's not a fair assessment. Look at the battlefield. That's a fair assessment. He has more troops, way more troops than myself. He's kicking the crap out of me. So I would definitely like to. Here's one consolation. I killed his general. So. But yeah, I would like to refight Sicily Byzantines on early period and a more open map next time. But I do not regret picking this map. I think it's pretty damn cool to see them fighting in this setting. And since it's replay commentary, I don't have to worry about anything else. Just worry about showing you close-ups here. Hopefully you fight on the mini-map, though. So these Varangian guards are chasing my Normans away. That's funny, they both have a Scandinavian background. The Norman Knights and the Varangians. So I believe this battle is coming to a head here. Coming to a hill here. There's some fighting going on back here. Dismounted knights being chased by... Oh, the Varangians, sorry. I already showed you that. Let's show you this one. Fight in the middle. This is where my last stand is here. My Norman knights are fighting against these Trebizonds and dismounted lancers, and then we got charged by these cataphracts, which is going to end my life shortly after. These guys cannot deal with this kind of pressure here. Because they're fixed in place by lancers, previously also lancers and archers, and then they're getting charged from behind by this general's bodyguard unit. So lots of death in the jungles of, I don't know, was it Mexico or I forgot the name of the battlefield. It was some kind of jungle. Mexican Valley or Mayan jungles? I forgot. Okay, so I got this one unit left. That was not the last stand. This will be the last stand. I see a Varangian unit back here, and I'm going to charge at it. I wanted to do that before his archers shot me to death, but see his archers back there just shooting me to death. So I'm going to charge at them. Unfortunately, there's some lancers countercharging me. I didn't even see them until the replay now. So I'm getting surrounded, and I'm also getting shot by archers. I didn't care about the archers too much, because they're shooting their own men too.
Our enemies have snatched victory from us.
So that's where they snatched it.
They will not be so lucky next time.
So look at all that wanton destruction. So solemn and sad. Anyways, good game to him. I hope you enjoyed this jungle fight between Sicily and the Byzantines.